Hi, welcome back to my garden and my messy mind. So, today I want to talk about nature, and nature, outside nature, and our inner nature, like our true self nature. And then gardening, creating a garden, being a gardener, creating a garden. And I was thinking about gardening. I've been thinking about, okay, how does that fit? And the thing that I keep coming up with is that gardening is the way we work with nature. How do we, and then this morning I got onto how do we nurture nature? And it's individual. We all nurture nature and our natural self in different ways. And we're all growing different gardens in this outside world, and also in our inner world. We're growing different gardens based on what our desires are, what our feelings are, what our sense of how we want to experience our life. And I just kind of really love that, the idea of nurturing nature. So, how do we nurture nature? Do we have a heavy hand? Do we have a light hand? How is nature being our muse for as we nurture ourselves? And how does she show us what we need to nurture, how we need to nurture ourselves, and how we need to nurture her, right? Because if we're gardening out in the outside world with plants, then how do we nurture her? How do we nurture the plants? And we know that there's the 5 things. There's the air, the water, the food, the environment, and the soil structure. We know that those are all part of it. But what is it that we're nurturing it for? What are we trying to grow? What are we interested in growing and in developing? Because let's face it, this world is an evolving world. It's not stagnant. It's not static. It's always growing. It's always expanding. This universe is always growing and expanding. So here we are in nature, gardening our inner garden, nurturing our own inner nature. And how do we do that? And for me, I've been really looking at that idea of how nurturing my garden is about nurturing Mother Nature, nurturing my connection to Mother Nature, nurturing my connection to my higher nature, to my higher self. And as I grow my garden, inner and outer, it's also about extending that nurturing out to those that I co-create with, those that my relationships, right? So just a fun little way to look at nature, gardening, being a gardener, and how we nurture our garden, inner and outer. And so I would just love to hear what you think about your way that you're nurturing your inner garden and your outer garden for that matter. I love all of it. I love plants. I love inner musings. And I would just love to hear what you feel and think as well on the subject as it continues to evolve and develop. And at the same time, I wanted to show you these. Aren't these spectacular? Woohoo! That's a thriving plant. Okay, I'm making this one short and brief, and I hope let's just say that life happens, and he's taking care of his garden his way. He's nurturing all the weeds by weed whacking, and I love that. I love it when I can hear other people in their garden taking care of their gardens, because that just makes me so happy. So there we have it. That's my Pajama Chronicles number 9, which is amazing. And I hope you're having a beautiful day. I send you love and hugs from this garden, from this gardener of nature. See you next time. Bye.